Representing Chile is Priya Marora, who is a Senior Agricultural Assistant, Agricultural Officer for Republic of Chile.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the team of GIBF, Mr. Joshi and Mrs. Gadkari for inviting us here. I am going to represent Chile today. First, I would like to start with geography of Chile. I will take you through Chile at a glance. So Chile is located at the southwestern coast of South America. It is a country renowned for its diverse landscapes, its rich cultural heritage, and economic stability. It is more than 4,000 kilometer long narrow country with a coastline of more than 6,000 kilometers. Moving on, a few social indicators which represent Chile, the most important ones are the literacy rate in Chile is about 97%. The origin of population is estimated to be 90% of mixed European, and religion comprises of mostly Catholics. The official currency of Chile is peso. Chile has a very unique shape and a very diverse landscape. It is an agricultural paradise. It boasts an incomparable combination of natural geographic barriers. To the north, we have the Atacama deserts. To the west, we have Pacific Ocean. And to the east, we have Andes Mountains. To the south, we have Patagonia ice fields, which naturally protect Chile and makes it a phytosanitary island. It is quite simply a geographically blessed country. Moving on, so little bit Chile is explained over here in figures. So inflation rate was 3.9% in 2023. Unemployment was 8.5%. Chile's foreign trade represents about 75% of the GDP. And Chile is an active member of WTO, OECD, WIPO, APEC, and Pacific Alliances, among others. There are more than 8,000 companies exporting companies in Chile. Recently, in 2022, we signed agreement to avoid double taxation with India. Moving on, Chile is an open economy. The trade exchange is about 75% of the GDP, and exports are at 48% of the trade exchange. Chile is respectful and trustful. It has signed 33 trade agreements corresponding to 65 economies and 88% of the global GDP. Between 1990 and 2020, the Chilean investment abroad reached a stock of $135,447 million, distributed across more than 60 countries in America, Europe, Oceania, Asia, and Africa. So here we see a map where in green, it represents all the countries with which we have in-force agreements. And in red, it shows the agreements which are under negotiation with those countries. So there are in total about 33 agreements with 65 economies in the world. This is a very interesting slide. It actually depicts the effect of globalization around the world. For example, it says that about 16.9 million of people drink a glass of Chilean wine every day in the world. 6 million people eat Chilean salmon. About 8.5 million people eat fruits from Chile. 7.4 million people eat seafood from Chile. So on and so forth. There are a few more examples. Fruits, dehydrated fruits, seafood, etc. Moving on, the main exports. Chile is a world first largest exporter of lithium carbonates, copper concentrates, cathodes, fresh cherries, mussels, Pacific salmon, iodine, fresh and dried prunes, dried apples, and it's second world largest exporter of lithium oxide, hydroxides, in-shell walnuts. India is a very big importer of in-shell walnuts from Chile. In 2023, Chile exported about 52,000 tons of walnuts to India. Fresh or chilled fillet of trout, flowers and pellets of fish or crustaceans. It is the third world largest exporter of sulfates, shelled hazelnuts, frozen raspberries, blueberries, dried grapes, grape juice, etc. So this is the world ranking of Chile among the fruit exporting countries. In the nuts and dehydrated fruit and vegetable segment is at number 5 in the world. Walnut being at number 3 amongst this category. The next comes the canned fruit and vegetables, which is at number 25. Juices, fruits and vegetables at number 17, and frozen fruits also at number 17. These are some characteristics of Chilean food. What makes Chilean food different and unique is that the food safety norms of Chilean regulations, the traceability, there is a proper traceability from an ingredient from farm to the table, the quality of food, the international characteristics like good agricultural practices and good manufacturing practices are very much in place in Chile. The natural flavor, the climate, the weather, the soil, the rich heritage gives the fruit or the product a natural flavor. It, as I explained earlier, it is a phytosanitary island. It has got a unique topography, protecting it from the boundaries because of the mountains, the deserts, and the ice fields we have. The most interesting point here is the availability. Chile grows the key fruits available in the northern hemisphere, but during the opposite season, enabling the year-round supply of many of the world's favorite fruits. For example, walnuts. Walnuts are exported from Chile to India in just the opposite season in which walnuts are grown in India. So it complements the demand. It's not a competition, but it complements the demand of walnuts in India. Chile has an excellent post-harvest experts, giving the best flavor and the shelf life to the product. Moving on to the trade policy. The permanent principles of the trade policy are openness, promotion of exports, and attraction of investment to the trade. Currently, the government is focusing on aligning trade policy with the national development strategy by attracting foreign investment that adds value and contributes in diversifying the export baskets regionally, which increasing the participation of small and medium enterprises in the global value chain, promoting responsible business and consistently environmental and social sustainable development. Little bit explaining the national development strategy. To increase the productivity, basically the two strategies are a lithium national strategy and a green hydrogen strategy. Lithium national strategy. Chile is the largest lithium reserve for about 9.3 million metric tons. And it is the second global producer with 39 million metric tons in 2022. Chile's brine-based lithium is cheaper and is greener to produce than rock-based lithium, which is found in Australia. The LNS aims to expand production under public guidance, develop industry related to both upstream and downstream activities, and contributing to the global decarbonization. The green hydrogen and clean energy. Chile has a goal of about 80% green electricity till 2030 and about 100% till 2050. Chile has capability for high production levels of green hydrogen at comparatively at very low costs. It is projected that by 2030, because of the Atacama Desert, Chile receives the major amount of solar light, which can be converted into solar energy, and the ample and cheap generation of renewable energy can get the cost of green hydrogen to about 1.3 USD per kg. The national plan is predicted along 3 lines: sustainability and local value. the investments and institution, infrastructure and terrestrial organization. The most dynamic sectors to do business in Chile are, of course, the food industry. As I explained, Chile is an agricultural country. It produces a lot of power foods. For example, apple, blueberries, avocados, kiwis, walnuts, and a lot of marine products. Most of these products are exported to India. The next dynamic sector to do business is global services. It is already doing very well in the BPO, KPOs, and the ITs. Chile being a reserve for lithium, copper, and molybdenum, gold, and silver, it makes it a metal investing in metal country. Talking about energy, it is a natural laboratory and a green energy leader, having the best conditions for the solar energy, wind energy. It has also got some very good geothermal reserves. Tourism, the interesting sector in tourism is the adventure. It is an adventure tourism destination. Venture capital and infrastructure. Major multinational projects are going on, including the highways, airport terminals, reservoirs, and many other. This slides talk about the bilateral trade between Chile and India since 2017 till 2023 third quarter. It has the Chilean exports and the Chilean imports. It shows the trade balance between the two countries and the total trade that has happened in the past 6-7 years. So Chile's trade with India reached to more than $2,000 million in 2022, in which export was amounting to 1,238 and imports totaling to $1,459 million. Here we have the main exports to India. So majorly Chile is exporting copper ores to India. The second number, it's iodine, then nuts. Nuts here is walnut, wood, chemical pulp, and apples. The main imports from India, which is going to Chile, are passenger cars, wind power generators, antifungal medications, and motorcycles. The top 5 agri products exports from Chile to India in the last year, 2022, were walnuts, apples, kiwis, cherries, table grapes. As I said, walnuts is almost in the top category in the agri products which are exported from Chile to India. And in 2023, we did about 52,000 tons business with India. So we have PTA, a preferential trade agreement with India, which was signed in 2007, and its expansion was done in 2017. So the agreement came into force in 2007, and it was mainly focused on goods only, and they were the tariff preferences which were given to the goods. The disciplines were related to certificate of origin, custom procedures, safeguards, measures, dispute settlements, etc. The expansion took place in 2017, which increased the coverage of products and custom tariffs. So India granted custom tariff preferences to more than 1,000 Chilean products, and Chile granted to more than 2,000 Indian products. It included some new chapters on sanitary and phytosanitary measures and technical barrier to trade. And more categories of fruits and vegetables were incorporated in the first expansion. Industrial products like cellulose were also incorporated in the 2017 expansion agreement. India as a supplier for Chile. So in 2022, India was the major supplier for more than 150 different goods, such as cotton towels, leather gloves, fishing nets, antidepressant medications, tractors, motorcycles, tires for agriculture, or forestry vehicles and machines. In 2022, India was Chile's second largest supplier of medicines and the third largest supplier of apparels. Chile and India share a very deep and dynamic trade relationship. This is proved by last year visits which happened, and a few delegations from Chile visited India. The most important ones are mentioned here. In March, we had some political, last year March, we had some political consultations with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And there was a public-private mission which came to India with a group of exporters of mostly fruits and fresh fruits and frozen fruits, especially prunes. We recently had a market access for dehydrated prunes also after this public-private mission which visited India last year. Next, we had the visit of Secretary Commerce of Chile to India in August last year, and the visit of Vice Minister of Trade to India also. There are also ongoing technical conversation with CEPA. Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I am here, and we can discuss it if anybody needs more information on our Chile. Thank you so much.